Hey guys, so it's Anna once again in front of her beautiful new bookshelf. Beautiful bookshelf. Anyway, so I am here to do a hopefully very quick review on the selection series versus the new addition to the series, I guess. It's book 4, but I think they're doing it's like a trilogy within a series. So it's like 2 trilogies within a series, so it's going to be like 6 books. So I'm here to compare my thoughts on the Heir and the actual like selection series with America's Singer as the main character. But before we get to that wonderful review, I have a very quick book haul for you guys. I know I am on a book ban, but I don't think this really counts. It was only 2 books. One of them was on sale as a hardcover, and the other stuff is just bookmarks. So let's just hurry up and get into that haul. So the first book that I got from Books A Million was The Rhythmatist by Brandon Sanderson. I have heard so many good things about this here author, Brandon Sanderson, and I am just so excited to finally be holding a book by him in my hands, because I have actually been looking at this book forever, but it was a bargain price book for $4.97 for a hardcover, and it is quite beautiful with a map on the inside of both sides, and it has this nice spine, and then you can't really see it, but there's like a gear type thing like engraved on the cover itself. So yeah, that's gonna go on this bookshelf. And then the next book I got was Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi, and I've heard so many good things about this trilogy. I am so late on this train of the Shatter Me train, and I finally got the first book, so hopefully I will read it. It doesn't seem very long at all. It's actually quite short. So yeah, hopefully that's in my future TBR, like hopefully next month. I'm thinking of October for this book. Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay. And then the final thing that I got from Books A Million were these cute little bookmarks. They're like magnets, and I'm going to show you one in a minute, but these are 3 of them. Shatter Me was $9.99, by the way. This was a set of 4, and all 3 of them together is $3.99, so they got some really good bookmarks at Books A Million, let me just say. I already put my bookmark in emerald green, because that's what I'm about to read, and it is the Keep Calm and Carry On one right here, and it is a magnet. And it just fits nice in there. It doesn't leave your book, and I just think that is so cute. So yeah, that's what I got from Books A Million. Now moving on to this review, because I'm going to try to make it as short as possible, but we'll see how that actually happens. So I'm going to attempt to make this a spoiler-free review. I'm not going to spoil you at all, except for like the very apparent fact of what goes on in the Heir, but I'm not going to spoil you for that book itself. I'm just going to have to tell you something that happens with this trilogy of the series that makes this actually become a book in the first place. So let's just begin with the wonderful selection series. Let's begin. So first of all, I read the selection the end of last school year, so when I was still a junior in high school. I read the entire trilogy in like a week. And guys, this trilogy is so amazing. It is so easy to read. It's very fast paced. It's something I would like recommend to anyone, almost anyone anyway. It's more of a girlier book. Just reading the book from America's Singer's point of view is an amazing experience. There are times when you get very frustrated with her, but there aren't times when you want to kill her, or I'm sorry, not really kill her, but like when you're so frustrated with her that you want to figuratively kill her and just be like, shut up and just do what you're supposed to do, or like, why can't you just listen for once? She's not that type of character. She is one of my favorite characters of all time. She's very selfless toward her family, and although she does make selfish decisions in this trilogy, eventually they turn out to be the best ones most of the time. And it is just amazing getting to know her experience, and it was just so amazing to read about America Singer and her journey through the selection. And it was, oh guys, it was just great. I highly recommend this trilogy if you haven't picked it up yet. Now, one of my favorite trilogies of all time. Moving on to the Heir. So, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't as excited to read this book after I finished the Selection trilogy and I found out that there was another one, because I was like, that's not trilogy. This is a trilogy, right? 3 books. This doesn't make it a trilogy. Makes it like a quartet or something. And then I found out that it wasn't from the point of view of America Singer. It was from the point of view of her daughter, Edelyn. It was to the point where I was like, I don't really know if I want to read that, because with the Selection trilogy, at least I thought it was a trilogy. With these 3 books, it was amazing, because America Singer was just one of my favorite characters, obviously. And she told the story so well. She wasn't a bad character. She wasn't obviously the most reliable character as well, because there was stuff she didn't know, but as she found it out, the reader found it out as well. And I just think those kind of stories are amazing. And she amazed me. Like, she was an amazing person as a character, and I loved her story. And then the Heir is told from her daughter's point of view, so I really just wanted more of America Singer, to be honest, but I also didn't want to ruin my image of this amazing trilogy. At least I thought it was a trilogy. And then when I found that this was actually like real and it wasn't just like some fandom made or anything, I was like, do I really want to read that? And my answer was no. And I never was completely sure that I would actually be picking up this book in a bookstore and bringing it home so I could read it. And then Tori talked me into it. A whole bunch of people in BookTube talked me into it to read it for the BookTubeathon. So that was the plan. I didn't read it for the BookTubeathon. If you haven't seen my video on that, I only read 4 books out of the 7, but it was still a good thing for me. 4 books in 7 days, that's pretty good for me. But I read this right after school began, which was the week after BookTubeathon ended. And I read it during school. I think it took me about a week to read just this compared to a week of reading all 3 of these books. So it definitely was more slow-paced. I didn't like Edelyn, whatever her name is. I didn't like her as much as America. She was very selfish, self-centered. She believed that so many people were above her, and she was just a terrible character. And there were times where I just wanted to punch her in the face and just make her see what was really wrong. And eventually, I almost didn't finish this book. Like, I almost put it down and tried to pick up another one and then possibly would come back to it. But I told myself no, I needed to finish it. I was also listening to it with the audiobook, so that definitely fastened the pace more. And finally I finished it, and the end tore me apart. I'm not telling you why. You're gonna have to read the book to find out. I'm not spoiling anyone, but the book tore me apart. That ending! I have to know what happens next now. So now I'm hooked into this trilogy, because honestly, Edelyn is still not my favorite. I do have my ships with her, of course, though, like, always. You always have to have your ships. But she wasn't as good as America, but throughout the book, she did get a lot more character development, even though she was saying how, she was still not completely developed there, but I hope throughout the second trilogy of the series that she will eventually get to the character that America got to, because that was an amazing character, and I don't want my image of this series to be ruined because of this character, because she's got a lot of growing up to do. I definitely feel like I met more amazing characters in this book than in all three of these books. There were some really good characters that I just loved, and you know, they were amazing. And then you got to see like old characters from the first three books, and that was great. Maureen, oh my gosh, is it Maureen or Marley? I think it's Marley. Why did I say Maureen? I'm probably thinking of another book, but no, it was amazing. I loved it so much, and yeah, that's my honest opinion of this book. I think I gave it, I want to say a 4 out of 5 stars or 3 out of 5 stars. I can tell you it wasn't a 5, because this was not my favorite book of all time. It wasn't my favorite book in the series. Hopefully, Edelyn, you do grow up and you get better and you become America. Because if you became America, I would be great. But yeah, it is what it is, and when comparing these to this, there's no comparison. This will win always for me. But hopefully the next 2 books of this trilogy, of the second trilogy for this series, hopefully that will help my view on Edelyn, and I'm hoping to learn a lot more about other things that happened in the book, and I actually am kind of hooked on this again, which sucks because I can't marathon it like the others, because I don't have the other books because they're not written yet, or because they're just not released yet. So I don't know, I guess we'll find out what happens to you and other people. Ending of the book. Please do not judge me, do not be mad if I critiqued one of your favorite books of all time. This just wasn't my favorite. We all have our different opinions, and this is my opinion, and I just wanted to put it out there. So yeah, and please do not spoil people in the comments. I know people tend to do that sometimes. Little trolls. I don't even know if that's the right word. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching, and if you have your own thoughts on these, go ahead and put it in the comments below, but please be nice to other people, and be nice to me, especially. No, but thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!